Check.
Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give some noise up for the Boxing Voice.
Big drama show.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Beyonce Productions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're here live from Beer House for our live show of Canelo Triple G. We're going to be doing the weigh-in. Sound guy is not having things together, but we're live here from Beer House for the weigh-in for Canelo Triple G. Live festivities. Come on in. We're giving away free shirts. We're offering free tattoos. We got Shivas Regal to drink. Waiting for the sound guy to introduce everybody, get everything right. But, I mean, listen, I can feel the excitement in the air for sure. Let's see it.
We are dead on the mic.
We are definitely dead.
Yo. We're not dead all the way.
Check. Checking one.
Go back to the host then. MC, take it away. You got no audio on none of the mics. Oh, shit.
What happened?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, give us about we get about 10 seconds here to get T's crossed, I's dotted, and the Boxing Voice is coming your way, guys. Reminder, these guys are awesome with the capital.
Check 1, 2.
It's coming your way in about 10 seconds now.
Turn
Pardon
me
for a
up.
little technical difficulty. As soon as we get it squared out, ironed out, pushed away, we'll get this boat afloat and get these guys moving, haze grazing underway. So hang tight. This is the Boxing Voice. They're going to do a little sound check real quick, which means me being quiet and them making noises like they're clearing their throat and counting to 2. And once they're done, they're going to spill out some information.
All right. We got audio, baby. Enrique, are you hot?
Am I hot? I'm
You
hot.
are hot.
I think
You are
so.
hot.
Am I hot outside, though?
Okay. Now we can finally talk some boxing.
Yes, indeed.
We're here live at Beer House for the Canelo Triple G weigh-in. We're a couple of feet away from the T-Mobile Arena. This is the rematch for the big fight. Remember, this one did 1.3, rumored 2 million pay-per-view buys, so there's definitely a lot of people interested in this. But let me introduce my co-host. I know we had a rough start. We're going to go ahead and try and hype things back on up and see if we can't get this thing going.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my
I saw
day.
fight too.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Enrique Church, a.k.a. the casual fan of the Boxing Voice. You are now, if you're walking by, come inside Shivas Regal headquarters. We are at the Fight Club talking Triple G. So Triple G fans come in. Canelo fans are welcome as well. Part 2, round 13. Both of these guys' beef is a hot topic. And let's get into it. Introducing Danny.
So your brother's bound and gagged, and they've chained him to a chair. Won't you please come to Chicago?
Chicago to Las Vegas and everywhere else around the world. TBV is here. We're here in Las Vegas giving you Canelo Triple G, the rematch. We're giving you the coverage. We're going to talk about the beef. We're going to talk about, this upcoming fight, and we're going to look back at the first fight and give you our thoughts on it. So make sure to stick around and hear what we have to say here live at Beer House in Las Vegas, presented and sponsored by Shivas Regal. Ron?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, the Marcus Hood era. I been through all the eras. And I still been
What's going on? This is your boy Ron G, Mr. Fighter IQ. And when you think about Mexican Independence Day, you think boxing. It's synonymous. We got Julio Cesar Chavez, that had historical moments with Medrick Taylor. We got Oscar De La Hoya, who became the new star. Eventually, Floyd Mayweather in the last couple years has took Mexican Independence Day, but now we got Canelo Alvarez. The big fight at this point is Gennady Golovkin. This is the moment that boxing makes stars. When you make it in Vegas, you make it on Mexican Independence Day. This is how you become the next big star in boxing. So this is for all the cookies, guys. This is really going to build the next profile in the middleweight division. We're here to talk about it, the Boxing Voice.
All right, and last but not least, all the way from Indianapolis, but live now from Las Vegas.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Two attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. Two to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's good, baby? We're back with another one. Live from Vegas. Canelo, Triple G, T-Mobile Arena. The rematch. A lot bigger, a lot more fans out here, and we're excited to be here with you guys, and let's get into it.
Well, let me just let everybody know we have the #1 contender for the IBF, Caleb Plant. He's scheduled to be facing Jose Ustategui coming on real soon. He suffered a hand injury, but he's all back. He's going to be our first guest. He's already here, so if you want to take your pictures, there you go. The handsome man right in front. He'll be live right here on the show with us today, but we're here to talk about Canelo Triple G, the weigh-in. I mean, Enrique, what's beef?
What's beef? Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to put you in ICU. Do we see that tonight?
I don't know. I mean, Triple G has had the stigma of this destroyer. Can we actually see him defeat and destroy the smaller Canelo, who is moving up essentially? Like, I know he's probably acclimated now, but Triple G's been a middleweight for his whole career.
Yeah, man. I mean, both of them are training for knockouts, at least they say.
Keep going.
I want to see a knockout. I don't know what it does to one of their careers. I think there'll be a trilogy, but definitely can't wait to see the weigh and see what Canelo looks like.
Speaking of wanting to see something, why haven't we seen a face-off yet? This is very, very irritating. These two guys have bad blood, bad animosity, but we still have not seen a face-off. Why is that?
Well, I don't know who it's irritating for, because I personally like the animosity. I personally like that they don't want to speak to each other. They don't want to face off. They don't want to, shake hands. I like it. I like it. It only makes the rematch that much more anticipating. It only makes it that much more exciting. So today we'll see at the final chance for them to face off will be the weigh-in today. So I guess we'll have to wait and see for that.
So, Ron, what's beef to you? I mean, because obviously we see that Canelo and Triple G are not getting along, like Mike said and Daniel mentioned, no face-off, which isn't traditional for boxing. Usually we get two men in each other's face practically kissing, if not shoving.
Absolutely, 100%. The thing about boxing is a lot of people forget a lot of the boxing has to come with the psyche, the psychology behind it. So it makes you wonder, how are they going to come in the game plan with the fight? When they fight each other, are they going to actually carry this beef? Or are they going to take this whole situation that's happened in media and actually turn it into what you would consider a brawl? Or are they going to just continue to their game plan and what just went to the next level is just the competitive edge? There's more at stake. We got Abel Sanchez. We got the trainers talking about each other. You need to stand here. You need to fight me. So-called style. So at that point, who knows what they're going to bring? Is it really going to be this slugfest?
Well, Abel has been, kind of pushing the whole stand and fight Mexican style. He wants this fight to end in KO, but one thing we know is being KO'd this weekend, Enrique.
Yes, KO. From now on, use the hashtag KO Injustice and post it on the Chivas Regal. It's proud to help champions' rights and donate $1. When you hashtag, you're being generous. Chivas Regal is giving the $1. Post up a picture showing and challenge your friends. Post a picture showing yourself. Throw a 1, 2, or whatever knockout you have punched lined up in your arsenal, and tag Chivas Regal on the Instagram.
What was that challenge that Jarrett Hurd started?
Was it the
Not
water?
the sweat challenge, but the
shoe shine.
The shoe shine challenge. So we want to start our own. You want to give them a little test run, show them how it's supposed to do? You want to knock out Injustice?
I knocked out Injustice, but we'll save that for Caleb Plant.
That's right. He is our fighter. He can show us how to throw a right hand and definitely knock out Injustice. But since we're going to transition, we have 3 topics we want to touch on. We want to definitely get everyone's opinion. Daniel, where were you with the first fight? Obviously, we're here for a rematch. How'd you see the first one going?
So the first one, I saw it live, and I scored the first one a draw. However, as most of you TBV listeners know, the cast rewatched the fight, no audio. We did it live for you, the fans, and I scored the first fight after rewatching it. I did score 7-5, 115, 113 for Canelo Alvarez.
Ron, I mean, this was a draw. Were you upset with the draw? Were you at all disappointed, or do you think the scorecards were fair?
Well, you know what makes this fight so interesting, like the public perception first came in and it felt like Triple G won. And when I first watched it, I felt that Triple G won. But after watching it 2 more times, I could see how it could be a draw, and I can see how it could maybe be that extra round for Canelo. At this point, it depends on what you like. The punch output, punch landed, whoever made, whoever missed. Is this person actually running, or is he doing tactical boxing? Was Canelo really on the ropes because he wanted to, or was it because Gennady was putting that pressure on him? Canelo got tired, or is this the game plan? There's so many things, and it depending on what you were looking at and what the judges were looking at ringside, I can see this is why we got that rematch.
My time, when I watched the fight live, I chose Triple G, Ness. You chose Canelo. Alex Doomsday, who is going to be here tomorrow, also chose Triple G. So if we were judges, Triple G won the fight.
Well, I mean, we all have our slight bias, right? You're our resident casual fan. I know, for those that don't know, a casual fan doesn't usually watch every single fight. He comes out for the big names, hence why he's here for Canelo Triple G. This is a pay-per-view fight. Then we have our resident Mexican and Daniel Alvarez, who you heard him in our pre-test show, pretty aggressive on the Canelo side. And fighter IQ. I mean, it speaks for itself. He's our resident boxing nerd. And I don't know what to call Mike other than...
I'm just a guy, man.
Definitely all into boxing for sure. But we should bring up Caleb Plant and go ahead and start this Injustice KO. Show him how to do this with the right hand.
Can everybody in here, please, make some noise for Caleb Plant?
That's right.
Yay!
Hey, Mike, never again do a yay like that, okay?
Never, yay.
I'm just saying, unless you got a wedding ring on, I mean, that sounded a little bit weird. But here we have Caleb Plant, the #1 contender for the IBF. He will be facing Jose Ostateki sooner rather than later. Caleb, what's going on, my friend?
Man, nothing much. Great weekend in Vegas, great fight. So I'm just, excited to be out here with you guys.
I'm happy to see a PBC fighter enjoying in the Golden Boy festivities and definitely taking in some of this free publicity, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And, besides me being a professional myself, I'm a boxing fan. So whether that's, Top Rank or Golden Boy, I just like good fights, so.
Now, for those just tuning in, watching us live on the stream, and people walking by, Caleb is at 168 pounds, so that's only one division above this particular fight. So he can give us a really good insight, and he's a boxer, a boxer's boxer, right? So if anything, are you leaning for Canelo, who isn't known as the big puncher, but more of the boxer?
Definitely. I think he acquires a few more skills that I like, and that's why I'm pulling for him. He's always been a guy with a lot of skills. He uses feints, he boxes well. His feet are a little bit flat, but at the end of the day, he's got a lot of ring IQ, so I'm pulling for Canelo.
You're serious? Now, Caleb, obviously you're going for Canelo in the rematch, but how'd you see the first fight?
Sometimes I get caught up in just being a fan of boxing, watching and just enjoying it. I don't score each round, but I felt like Triple G was dictating the pace a little bit in the last fight, a little bit more. Applying the pressure, and towards the latter half of the fight, it just seemed like Canelo was getting caught on the ropes a lot. So, Triple G may edge it out. I haven't rewatched it with the audio off and all that, but felt like Triple G might have edged it out. Yeah.
Is there anything you see Triple G can do different in this fight to make it go his way more?
Just punches and bunches, throwing combinations, cutting the ring off, doing what he usually does, just maybe a little bit more often. So probably that, yeah.
People, if you're walking by, we are here live with Caleb Plant, IBF contender. You're a boxing fan, come into the headquarters of Chivas Regal, please. please. We're giving away T-shirts. We're giving away swag. We are The Boxing Voice, doing a live podcast. Subscribe to our channel. Hit thumbs up. The Boxing Voice is the podcast you're listening to. So come on in. Let's meet Caleb Plant, ladies and gentlemen.
And if anybody can answer a trivia question, you will get a free The Boxing Voice T-shirt. So we have a couple questions, so please feel free to come on up.
So, Caleb, obviously we had the PED scandal, but Canelo's making it, he's letting everyone know, I'm going to come in the same way just to prove things to people. You think he can actually pull that off, come in the same way? Does it matter?
I mean, at this point, that's all speculation. We'll have to wait and see, and we'll have to see. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing is how he performs on fight night. So no matter how he shows up looking, or whether they face off or they don't, what's really going to tell us is when the bell rings. If it's a complete landslide, that's probably going to add to the fact that maybe he did do something. If he, performs, does even better, makes the better adjustments, which I think he can do, being the boxer, then it could have just been a he said, she said thing. Who knows? But once the bell rings, there's no lies in boxing. We're going to figure it out. So,
now, Caleb, you are a boxer. Do you buy the beef? Do you buy the bad blood? Do you buy the bad animosity from both fighters towards each other?
Me personally, I'm not cool or friends with no one in my weight class. I don't want to be buddies. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to go out. It's been a long road for me, and for those of you who do know me, you know what I've been through to get here, what I've lost to get here, and that's someone trying to disrupt that. That's somebody trying to take that from me, and so it is bad blood for me. It is animosity. Not that I don't respect that person or and trying to be disrespectful, but this is a serious game. You got to take it serious.
Caleb, the face-off, if it doesn't happen, do you feel that it should happen? Do you need a face-off as a fighter? I think I would want a face-off.
Talk into the mic.
Wouldn't you want a face-off?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy that. I like it. I'm trying to see who breaks first. I'm trying to see who looks away. But at the end of the day, maybe for one of them, it may be so bad that, they could care less what we think or, what the other one thinks, and they're just going to have it their way. So, it could, the bad blood could just be that bad.
Is there anything to be told from the face-off as a fighter? When you step into that fighter's face and you look into his eyes, can you really see anything? Is fear really, present? Can you see if you're going to have the mental edge? What exactly as a fighter are you looking at? What would Triple G and Canelo be staring into each other's eyes since you've been there?
Most definitely. When I fought Rogelio Medina in my last fight, I felt like I was looking to his soul, and I knew right then that I was going to get my hand raised. I was going to win because I could just tell he wasn't all in at that point. I don't know if he had trouble in camp or trouble making weight or whatever it may be, but for me, a lot of times I can look at somebody and know, okay, yeah, this dude, he's not willing to die for this. He's not willing to go as far as I'm willing to go. So.
Now, did anybody ask you how'd you seen that first fight already? Yeah. Oh, yeah? What did he say?
Triple G had that.
He may have slightly edged it out, just being more of the ring general, dictating the pace, and controlling the ground, holding the center of the ring. So he may have edged it out. I haven't went back and rewatched it again, or turned the audio off or anything. But that's how I had it, just watching at first glance.
Now this first one did big numbers on pay-per-view. I mean, 1.3 was most headlines, but there were rumors of 2 million pay-per-view buys. What do you think this one comes in at? From the looks of Las Vegas, a lot more people than the first time, possibly.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a sold-out venue.
Yeah. I personally know I live here, so the traffic has been wild, even, outside of just the Strip. So a lot of people in town. I think a lot of people are going to be watching. There's a lot of anticipation to see, who gets their hand raised this time and with the bad blood that's going on. So I think people are excited for the sport. And like I said earlier, whether it's a Golden Boy card or a top-ranked card or whatever it may be, it's good for boxing. So.
Speaking of bad blood, how do you feel about Abel Sanchez coming out and being outspoken and making some remarks that are less than flattering towards Canelo?
I'm all about, not having to like each other, not being friends. But at the end of the day, I think more so that's something for the fighters to figure out. Not so much for the trainers to jump in and he said, she said, talking about a fighter. We're the ones who get in there. They don't have a bad blood with each other. Maybe we do. So as far as my team, my trainers, you know, they don't get into all that. Not, you know, many of the top trainers, I don't feel like they do either. But not to say that Abel isn't, because he is, but you know, maybe they should just let them figure it out.
But I mean, is he really? Is he really? Because we saw Canelo land a lot of shots on Golovkin, and obviously we see a lot of bad blood. But Canelo has said it himself, you know, there is beef. There definitely is beef, and Abel Sanchez has successfully gotten under Canelo's skin. That's a fact. Canelo.
That's your opinion.
I mean, when Canelo says it out of his mouth, I think that's a fact, Ness. However, at the same time, anytime that Triple G says something, Canelo's like, you know what? I don't take your word valid because you're only speaking because your trainer's telling you to. But I feel that Golovkin will pay the price for his trainer's mouth come tomorrow night.
But you are also Mexican.
Yes.
But hey, you know, maybe he has gotten under his skin. Maybe he has gotten Canelo's head. But is that necessarily a bad thing? Because speaking for myself personally, if a fighter says enough and does enough to get in my head, is that a place that he wants to be? Is that somewhere you want to hang out?
Does that motivate you more? If a fighter was to get in your head, does it motivate you more to work harder in the training camp, or what exactly does it do?
I mean, I haven't had many really, you know, go there with me, you know, try to do that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, what does it produce when they go under your skin? Does it change your game plan? Does it take you out of your character?
For me, I'm a competitive person. You know, anyone who knows me, they know, you know, we can talk smack. We can, you know, we can try to put on a show for the crowd or whatever. And the more someone applies that type of pressure to me, the more competitive I get, the more motivated I am, the more I want to show them, no, you can't.
And to be honest, I mean, under your skin or not, either you got it or you don't, period.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely. At the end of the day, you can say what you want. Your trainers can say what you want. You know, once the bell rings, like I said earlier, there's no lies in boxing. Everyone's going to figure out what's what. So,
Well, Caleb, before you give all your social media and everything, we do want to ask some questions about you. At least let us know what's good with you. Obviously, we see no wraps or casts on the hand. Yeah. Are you back? Are you 100%? When could we expect to see you? I know you're signed to PBC. They just had a 4-year deal with Fox. Yeah. Plenty of dates, plenty of space for Caleb Plant.
Absolutely. Yeah, we after it happened, we had surgery. We had the pins put in. We had them taken out. I've been going through rehab, very strenuous rehab to get back as soon as possible without coming back too soon. I'm cleared to hit the double end bag. I'm cleared to hit, you know, the heavy bag lightly. I'm not cleared to spar, crack off on the mitts or, you know, the heavy bag, anything like that. But in October, we'll be cleared. We'll be given the green light to go on everything, start sparring, get into camp, and then give you guys this IBF World Championship fight.
And for those who don't know, I was just in the gym on Monday, and I was able to see Caleb throw both hands on the double end bag, on the heavy bag. And you know what? He looks great, and it should be a great matchup for him against Gennady, hopefully soon, beginning of next year. But he does look great. The hand obviously is recovering and healing well as it's supposed to. So I've been able to see that, and he does look great, Ness.
Absolutely. And, you know, my weight, I keep my weight down. I'm only 174. I fight at 168. This is a fight I've been asking for a long time. I finally got it. Unfortunately, 5 weeks away. You know, I broke my hand in training, but like I said, I'm healing up ASAP so we can come and give you guys this match. Jose's a guy that nobody wants to fight. I'm a guy nobody wants to fight, so it only makes sense that we get in there and see what's what.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, obviously, let the fans know where they can follow you, follow your story, and obviously a way for them to be updated as to when Caleb Plant, they call you Sweet Hands, so when we'll be able to see those Sweet Hands back in the ring.
Yeah, on Instagram, everybody on Instagram at Caleb Plant, on Twitter at Sweet Hands Boxing, and just stay tuned. I appreciate all you guys' support, y'all checking in, tuning in, and there's plenty more to come.
And real quick before you leave, I got a very, very serious question. You ready? How do you feel about Oscar De La Hoya running for president in 2020?
Sounds like publicity to me. I don't know.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Hey, Caleb, real quick. You see that camera right there? That's the audience watching us live. There's a lot of them, 80,000. Can you show them a 1-2 for KO for justice, please?
KO
We're
in
gonna get out
justice.
here and spar. A little 1-2. We got to stand up.
1-2, stand up to the camera.
Word, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, come inside. Look at Caleb Plant throw that 1-2.
168-pounder, #1 contender in the IBF rankings, will be taking on Jose Ustategui. Thank you very much, Caleb Sweet Plant.
Thank you.
Sweet hands.
Sweet hands Plant.
Hey, give him a round of applause, everybody. He definitely steps in the ring, gives everybody a great show. Thank you very much, Sweet hands.
And remember, if you're watching live, go on to Twitter and tag Shivas Regal US. Go on your Instagram at Shivas Regal _US and use that hashtag KO Injustice and share your video with them and challenge your friend. That is $1 donation from Shivas. Feel generous. Just use that hashtag.
So for every video that they find, they're donating $1. So if I go do a video absolutely free, they're going to give me, not me, but the charity money?
The ACLU charity up to $50,000. It's that simple.
Uh-oh.
Shivas Regal.
So, you know, everybody should do their part and KO Injustice. Really quick from our Super Chats live on YouTube. We got John DeJohn, obviously JD in Texas. He says, just because the show is dope. He's sending his love, obviously. And we have Renzo saying, great job with all the coverage. So I want to thank everybody tuning in live. Don't forget, if you're watching us on youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We are live from Beer House discussing Canelo Triple G #2, the weigh-in. And shout out to Eric Cruz making the trip all the way from Texas over here to Las Vegas, not only coming for the fight, but being a part of our live show.
I want to go back to Under the Skin. I believe that Triple G and Abel Sanchez has gotten under Canelo's skin. His behavior, the only time I ever seen Canelo this mad was after the Lara fight when people.
But I mean, what exactly has he done to make you think that Canelo's mad? Why was it? Everyone here is wearing Mexico shirts or Canelo shirts. I rarely see Triple G.
I see a guy in a whole Triple G wardrobe.
Oh, you mean those guys?
Yeah, those guys from Pakistan.
Those are his brothers.
And I see a lot of Triple G T-shirts walking by. When
Me too, man. Me too.
And I think that under the skin.
You're serious? You're serious?
Very serious. And also, I want to know, when is Canelo ever really mad? He's mad at this fight.
I don't know, man. Canelo's not even a talker. He's not. Wait a minute.
Doing a lot of talking.
Wait, speaking of, is that Canelo over there? White shirt. Look, he's trying to turn his head. I see you, Canelito. I see you, but nah, we're gonna keep the attention off you, man.
Well, let me go back to that. The when fighters get upset. When you go back to history, Mexican independence, you had Oscar De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas. That had some bad blood in that fight.
Yeah, but that's Mexican versus Mexican. Well, and that was more of a rivalry to see who was more Mexican, right? Because Oscar was like, oh, the American and Mexican. They didn't really adapt him.
Well, they had Mayorga and Oscar, and that also was a bad blood situation. And Oscar definitely took that as a fueling mechanism to make him a better fighter, I would say. He took that energy.
And also, Ron, you got to realize we're talking about Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. He claims a Mexican style, right? He claims that he is for the Mexican people. However, you know, traditionally, Mexicans love throwing to the body. Gennady only landed 6 body shots the first fight. Is he really Mexican style?
Well, traditionally, Mexicans marry Mexican. Ain't that what Angel Garcia said?
I think Angel Garcia's words were Gennady cannot call himself Mexican style when he does not partake in intercourse with Mexican women.
Whoa. But listen, no, the serious thing is he is more Mexican style, is he not, though? Like, Canelo has a lot of soul. When you look at Canelo, you're like, wait a minute. Where did he get all this rhythm from and slickness, right? Like, Triple G looks, fighting-wise, looks more Mexican than Canelo.
And he has a Mexican trainer, so he's being, groomed by a Mexican man.
I mean, Chepo is definitely Mexican.
Yeah, Chepo is Mexican, and they're both Mexican blood. But Canelo might have some Irish in him. You know what I mean?
You never know, right? With
he
the
is
cinnamon.
redhead. Nah, but I would say Triple G's 100% Mexican style. He does come forward, which is the Mexican style. He's a brawler. He'll brawl with you. He'll fight you on the ropes.
And not just that, but he gets hit a lot like Mexican fighters typically do. So you can say that.
Because he's there to fight. He's not there to run. His backs are not on the rope. He doesn't have cherries on his back because he's running away from the problems.
Well, Ness, at the same time, having your backs on the rope doesn't mean that you're running. Because we see Canelo counterpunch, we see him box, we see him defense. Like, what people need to realize, they talk about, oh, yeah, Gennady's come forward. Okay, that may be so.
Who threw more
but
punches?
But there is, okay, how many are
threw
you
more
landing?
jabs.
And
If you throw more
you need to
punches, you're
realize-
telling me you want to fight.
Yo, but you need to realize it doesn't matter. Yo, everybody goes by punch stats. It's a round by round. So you could have thrown 101 round and lost the next one. It doesn't matter. It's round by round, and there is multiple
Rounds where Canelo looked tired. Like 2 minutes going by, and then he takes a little break. He wants to get a margarita.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the so-called killer, the so-called, the monster at middleweight, Gennady's this KO artist, couldn't even stop him.
Yo, last time I checked, he just scored a knockout. When's the last time Canelo
Against
knocked somebody out?
Against Vanes, a super welter that's been inactive for 2 years.
Canelo knocked out a welterweight in Khan.
And he knocked out Brook. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God. Oh, you're talking all welterweights. I thought this was the middleweight division.
Well, you brought up Khan, so I bring up...
I only bring up Khan because Canelo fought a welterweight.
And Triple G fought Brook, who was a
That was a
welterweight
long
as
time
well.
ago. That was a long time ago.
That was after
it was
the
pay-per-view.
Khan fight.
Well,
it was
going
in
back-
another country. It doesn't count.
You got to remember boxing's what have you done for me lately, and that's the whole narrative we're going. The fact is, does Gennady Golovkin need a knockout to solidify that boogeyman? I can run through the division as well as I could against Canelo.
I mean, if you're going to paint him to a box and says, oh, in order to keep your name, yeah, he needs a knockout. But last time I checked, Caleb's still here. A win is a win is a win is a win in the win column.
100%. So going back to that, then, you got to look at the judging situation. Are they going to be looking for the aggressive style, or are they going to be looking more of the slick boxer?
Aggressive style. Isn't this Mexican style?
And Mexican
That's what we're here for, Mexican Independence Day, right, Enrique?
Yes, indeed. I was going to say.
I mean,
what
I
are
know
you
those
looking for,
guys.
Ron?
I know those guys in those Kazakhstanian suits are not here to see a 12-round decision. They didn't get dressed up in that hot stuff for no reason in Las Vegas.
I know Triple G's coming to knock out.
What does a
Canelo
win do
Alvarez.
for Canelo versus a
He
win
always
for,
says he's coming to knock out.
for Triple G?
He damn sure looked like it in every interview. He's upset. He's not even speaking English as he used to.
Interviews are not the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Stop it.
Say what? So going to that, seeing that there was a big controversy, do you think the judges have a lot of pressure on them to make sure that they get the scoring
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. I mean, with the scandal, with the disappointment, it was over 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. Rumored to be 2 million. You think they're happy with this decision? I know I'm not. I mean, I'm happy to be back doing another show, but I don't know. Unless you're into trilogies, right? What's the last trilogy we seen, Fighter IQ?
Pacquiao
A very
Marquez?
long time ago. That was like a
Pacquiao
4.
Bradley?
That was part
Pacquiao,
4.
Pacquiao Bradley was
Pacquiao
definitely the 3.
everybody. How about Pacquiao everybody?
Yeah, he is a trilogy king.
I mean, you're
I do
asking.
my best, but my best wasn't good enough.
Now, you say that Triple G, you say Triple G may need a knockout, but at the same time, if it does go to the cards, Ness,
Adelaide Bird isn't working tonight. Don't worry about it.
well, she sure worked last night, and she messed that up. But anyway, the judge that did give it to Gennady in the first fight is the only returning judge in the rematch.
Oh.
So is
How'd
that...
how'd that happen?
Well, yeah, I guess a lot of people thought public perception was that he was the good judge. So
But you know what that means? That
Confidence.
my guy, Canelito, said, look, I'm going to win regardless. So you want judges, you want a judge that was here last time that scored it for you, take them. Because I'm winning by KO. I don't really believe that, people. I don't really believe that.
I believe that.
So what
When's
does
the
a
last-
win do for Canelo versus a win for Triple G? If,
Solidifies supremacy, honestly. I mean,
If-
that's the honest truth, right?
It's unification, isn't
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, because at the end of the day, we have a lot of casuals, one sitting here next to my left.
And to your right, 2.0.
2.0.
And that said, regardless of the outcome for Canelo, whether he wins or whether he loses, we know that the casuals are going to say what? They're going to say, oh, clenbuterol helped him win. Oh, well, he didn't win because he wasn't juicing. So regardless of the outcome, there's going to be a lot of
I doubt
conspiracy
it.
still.
I think that's why we
What is
need a
this
definitive
clenbuterol you
win.
speak
I
of?
think that's exactly why we need a definitive win, so there isn't any
Exactly.
of that.
There's always going to be that stigma, no matter what. But Canelo winning in this fight, and he does it very well, will allow Canelo's career and his legacy to move on. It solidify him as an actual middleweight, fighting at the highest level. And at this point, that's going to help Canelo. And same with Gennady. If Gennady wins in a very decisive way, it's going to show that age isn't a thing. This was something that Gennady was able to come back with a better game plan, and at that point become the boogeyman of the division that everyone says he is.
Exactly,
We got a
because
real live
you
fan
know the
question.
haters. Go ahead.
We got a real live fan question. The guy at the bar wonders if Adelaide Bird should be suspended for life for that first fight.
That's banned.
I mean, listen, they suspended three
and for
judges.
last night. And for last night.
They suspended 3 judges indefinitely for the Paul Williams versus Lisandro Lara fight. I didn't care when those guys got fired. I wouldn't care if Adelaide Bird gets fired. This is not the first time nor the second time. I mean, wasn't her card the Mayweather-Canelo card 14-14?
Yeah.
Canelo lost
Exactly
every
the
single round, and she somehow found a way to give him a card. As long as she's, at least 200 yards away from this arena, we're okay.
Hey, well, actually, I don't know about being banned for life. I feel the way that the amateur system is set up, she'd be perfect judging amateur cards.
Good point.
I mean, listen, you can't really say that she's biased, right? Because if you watch the fight, she scores for the boxers. Canelo is the boxer. So you can't get upset because she's not Harold Letterman from HBO scoring for the come forward fighter or Max Kellerman. Who would you rather be in the fight? I would rather be the guy not getting hit. I don't care how many punches you throw. I care about how many punches landed on me. And Canelo was hit less.
Well, she definitely wasn't for the boxer in Mayweather Canelo, but neither here nor there. Let's move on past that. Ron?
Well, I was just going to say, you guys got to remember, if you haven't been to a boxing match, these judges sit ringside. They don't have that comfort of instant replay, the picture that we have at home. So there's a lot that goes into that ring and the angles they see. So that's why these fighters have to fight very smart, not just to please the fans and get this decisive win, but they also have to do it in a way where the judges can definitively say that they won that round with no controversy.
Well, this goes to my question right here. Should judges be in a room doing like open judging so they can have the advantage of instant replay and like the actual seeing like the fight like clearly?
You know it's tough because like a lot of people say that the crowd can influence the judges,
They
then
do.
sometimes being at the ringside, you're able to see, hear things, and that you don't actually get to see on TV.
But let me ask you this: do we see more on TV like with the replay and stuff than the most judges do like live? So shouldn't they like bring that into like perspective?
Well, absolutely. If a fan is watching on the TV, they are going to see more than the judge. And the WBC is actually working on a few things: noise canceling headphones and screens for the judges. They're working on different things for the future. But absolutely, they are doing that. And
then make sure if you're watching the Boxing Voice right now on YouTube, please support us by hitting the like, subscribe, thumbs up. This helps our show, the visibility, and everything. If you enjoy the content, this gives us an opportunity to do more of these type of shows for you guys. So please like, subscribe. If you're here, go to the Boxing Voice. That's THA, and just enter that in your YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications every time we go on the air.
Don't forget to stop right here live at Chivas Fight Club with Beer House. We're giving away some free shirts. We're pressing them up. You can pick your own slogan in the back. We also got some boxing fan apparel shirts, some TBV shirts. We also got some glove giveaways. We got about 2 gloves to give away just for today. Do we got any tickets yet?
We don't have any tickets yet,
But
but
tomorrow's
tomorrow
the fight night. So that means you got to come back.
I need one brave soul to come up and answer one question and win a free shirt.
Oh, we giving
Who
free
wants
shirts.
a free shirt?
point them out.
Anybody want a free shirt? Come on up, please.
Who wants a free boxing shirt? But you
Anybody?
got to know about boxing. Don't just come up here looking cute or come up here looking buff. We need some. We
No
need some
confidence?
answers.
Anybody?
We got
You right there. You. I see you looking at me. You. Come on.
Come on, we got
Come
Triple
on, man.
G
Who's looking at
hats,
you? Who's
everything.
looking at
right
you,
here,
Mike?
Mike?
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Who's looking at you, Mike?
Let's go. Here we go.
Is that
Here we
a
go. We
brave
got
soul
him.
coming up?
We
All
got him.
right.
We got him.
Where?
Uh-oh.
How's it going, sir?
Uh-oh. What's his name? Where's he
What's his
coming
name?
in from?
Carlos from Colombia, South America.
Oh, Colombia. Palsa, hermano, ¿cómo está?
Mike, hand me Mike.
All right, so what's the question, Ron?
Real quick, who are you going for?
Triple G.
Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
How many times has Triple G fought in Vegas previous to the first fight?
Vámonos,
Twice,
Colombia.
una, dos veces.
How many?
Twice.
Dos veces.
Dos veces. No way. No way. You're very far. You're very far. Anybody else know the answer to that question? How many times has Triple G fought right here in Las Vegas? Come up here, sit on a hot seat, and win yourself a free T-shirt. What do we got? What sort of swag we giving away for this answer? Oh my God, he's over there counting on his hand. You're gonna need more than one hand, buddy. I'm giving a hint. You need more than one hand for the amount of times Triple G. My friend, you wearing a Triple G hat? Hey, Papa. Mexico, ¿qué pasa?
Are you guys Triple G fans or are you guys bandwagons? Do we have any real Triple G fans in the building?
God. Where are the real Triple G fans?
No real Triple G fans.
All right.
He got to come say it on the chair. We can't hear him from over there.
No real Triple G fans.
Where are they?
It's a lot.
Hey, my guy right there's dressed up. Little Kazakh suit. Don't know nothing.
Twice?
Oh, no, you're so wrong. Not twice.
Yeah, he said twice. Oh, no.
No
sorry.
way.
Sorry.
No way. Sorry, buddy.
You can count
Sorry.
it on one hand, though. You're
getting really close. You're like
close.
in that hot area.
Hey, Ness. Hey, Ness.
We
Hey,
gotta
Ness.
participate.
Here we go. We got a brave, so he's coming.
There we go. One
Come
time.
on up.
One time. There we go. Come on up, baby.
Go around, go around, go around, go around, go around.
Canelo fans, come inside, please.
Can you?
This way. Follow me over here, man.
That way.
What color do you want? We got white, we got yellow, and black.
So all the people who say two, this would be his second time. So if you count previous.
So you got fooled by Ness who said you need two hands.
Hold on. Real quick. What's your name and where you from?
I like the way that
name's
Triple
Peter
G
and I'm
shirt
from
fit.
Ireland. Peter from Ireland.
You know where.
Oh, wow.
Up the Irish.
There you go.
Thank you. So what's his name?
Peter from Ireland.
Peter. Oh, nice. All the way from Ireland.
Another traveler.
I was just in Belfast. So, what else? So where we getting? So we giving away some more swag. Anybody out there want some Triple G Shivas swag? We got some free stuff to give away. Don't we got an autograph glove around here?
We got free shots.
We do
definitely
have
got
free shots.
So listen, you know what we haven't talked about? Our thoughts on how these guys are actually going to look on the scales.
Okay.
Well,
on the scales. That's
well-
important.
Well, let's talk about this, right?
And we only got like 20 minutes before they actually
Absolutely.
step on those scales.
Absolutely.
So it is important.
So let's talk about this, right? Canelo, both for the 7-day weigh-in and the 30-day weigh-in, has been lighter than Gennady Golovkin. Both times for the 30-day and the 7-day, Canelo was lighter than Triple G. So, I mean, what do we make out of that?
I don't think that matters.
I mean, Caleb definitely said it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just means you're on target. I think they're going to be on
Means
the
you're
button.
working, right? Could
It means
mean you're working.
He's working. I believe they're going to
Fight
be on the
for it.
button. 160 on the nose, maybe 159 for Canelito. But I want to see the face-off. I want to see them side by side. I want to see the beef. I want to see who stares down who's sold the hardest.
So if anybody's like watching us and they're like, man, that Mexican sure is rooting for Canelo. His last name's also Alvarez.
Look, man, I speak the facts at the end of the day.
And he dyed his hair last night. It was red.
He got jokes. But I speak the facts at the end of the day. People may not like it. You know, people need to understand that there's
But what's the facts?
The facts is that Canelo gassed out in the first fight, and the killer, the boogeyman,
Terminator.
the boogeyman at middleweight couldn't stop him.
All
He
right.
couldn't hurt him. Those are the facts. And it was a very close, decisive fight. Regardless of who you rooted for, regardless of how you saw it, the fight was close.
You get points for that, though? Did the judges point you for that?
For what?
For not getting hit at all and running?
Absolutely.
No,
defense.
no, but
defense,
Who said running?
defense
You
is
get credit from you get credit from the public. The public wants to see you not take shots. The public wants to see you hit and not be
They
hit.
want to see you hit, and he
You
wasn't
guys
hitting.
use such strong words, man. Running? Really? He was running?
I mean, they called Arilanda's Lara running.
Oh, man.
He looked the
God.
same to me.
Look, man, people need to understand that a round is judged on 4 different things. You got to talk about aggressiveness, ring generalship. So, who controlled the action, defense, and hard and clean punches. So when Canelo is choosing to stay on the ropes.
Because
and
he's tired.
counter. Look, man.
Because he's exhausted.
Were you in there?
Let's
At
talk
the end of
about
the day,
age.
'Cause he
at
didn't
the
have
end of
his
the
asthma
day,
pump.
look, Ness, at the end of the day, he was on the ropes. He was countering. He was moving. He was choosing to do what he was doing. Was he tired? Absolutely, and he's admitted that.
Oh, hey, I got a message for you.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Well, hey, man, let's be real. Triple G is almost there for an AARP card. So, I mean, he's getting older and older and older, man.
Disrespect. The disrespect.
He's getting older, bro.
Oh,
I
my
don't see
God.
I don't see a 36-year-old man beating a 26-year-old boxer that moves the way Canelo does.
We saw
I don't
Hopkins
know.
do it.
Floyd Mayweather.
Look,
You've
look,
seen
at the-
many guys do this at this age.
But they weren't getting hit like he's getting hit.
Look, man, you gotta understand two things. At the end of the day, age is really not a factor.
Okay.
Everybody's saying Triple G's getting old. Everybody's saying Triple G's getting old. Triple G is not getting old. Triple G is actually fighting real fighters. What he didn't do the first, 36
snap.
fights.
We got someone.
36 fights.
Oh my God.
One
The first
second,
36 fights.
This guy is like the hatred for Triple G.
Let him
like,
know.
What do you?
Hey, real quick, introduce your name, where you're from.
My name's Eric. Vegas in the house. Dude, I cannot disagree with you anymore.
Oh.
Age is a huge factor, not only in sports, but at the championship level. And if you know your history, most guys start looking their age in these key matchups. So a 37-year-old going against a kid 29 in his prime, I don't care if it's Canelo or whoever, you're up against it, especially the second time around.
Look. Age is definitely a factor. What I'm saying is everybody is speaking of Triple G getting old. He looks slower, right? Everybody is saying that. However, Triple G started facing real competition a year and a half ago.
You sound like you're hating again.
Well, look, Ness, at the end of the day, I am going to remove myself because I have to go cover the weigh-in while you guys sit here and get drunk. So we'll see you guys at 4 p.m. I will be back.
You sound so happy.
I am
sounds
going
like
to
a
go
hater
cover the
for
weigh-in
sure.
and go watch Canelo be lighter on the scales and go watch No Face Off.
Let me tell you one thing, though, that's undefeated 100% of the time, and that's father time.
Well,
you
hold
can't
on.
defeat that.
Hold
and knowing the
on.
fact that, real quick, Canelo Alvarez, he did great in the beginning. Why did he change in round 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Because he
and
got
12?
exhausted. That pressure from Triple G nonstop.
Well, he also was moving up, so now he has no excuse. He's had a year to mature into a middleweight.
You mean you are running out of excuses?
Well, let me say another thing. Who fought at a bigger weight class? Did Gennady Golovkin fight 165 or did Canelo fight 165
Good
pounds?
point. Good point.
Right.
So at that point, how did he look? You remember when he moved the stool? He was good at that weight. He was able to kind of
versus that level of
You're talking
opposition.
Chavez Jr.
Yeah,
That's-
you cannot compare Julio Cesar
Well,
Chavez Jr.
Look,
to
man,
Gennady
you're
Golovkin.
talking Chavez Jr. He's as bad as Golovkin's first 36, 37 opponent, so you can't even go there.
This guy's very.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying
emotional.
facts. I didn't say what I thought was more important or not. I just said that was the objective fact. If you can disagree with that, go ahead. But that is a fact. 165 pounds. Canelo was there.
But that doesn't make him the bigger fighter or the better fighter. That was
course
just
not.
simply a negotiated catch weight for a very lucrative payday.
And he sucked down. He sucked down Chavez too. Chavez is like a fucking skeleton, bro.
I mean, he's the
Suck him
A side.
down.
He has to get those concessions. I'm sure Triple G had to concede. Remember, Triple G is coming in at what, 47 in terms of percentage on the purse?
Yeah, he definitely has the less of the lion's share, but he was able to negotiate pretty close.
Definitely. So we are about 13 minutes away from the live weigh-in, which will be taking place about 100 yards away from us at the T-Mobile Arena. We're live right here at Beer House, getting ready for what is to come. We
And
don't
real
know how they're
quick,
going to look.
For the first fan that can come up and tell me Gennady's middle name, you get a free shirt.
Oh, that is an
Gennady's
easy
middle
one.
name, you get a free shirt
That's
right
easy.
now.
That's easy.
Hurry
Who
up.
knows
Who knows
Gennady?
it?
Middle.
I'll give you a hint.
All right.
GGG.
You got to get on the mic. You got to get on the mic.
No Steves, no Michaels, GGG.
Yo, I don't even know his middle
Real
name.
quick, hold on.
And that's why he's the casual, Enrique Church, ladies and gentlemen. He only comes out for the big names.
I know
Your
it's Triple
name
G.
Your name and where you're from.
Where's the G?
Nelly from Los Angeles.
LA in the building. Now,
Los
what is
Angeles.
Triple G's middle name?
It's Gennady. Is it Gianni? Gennady.
What? What?
She's partial.
What's she say?
Gennady.
You're almost there.
Gennady.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
come
Bro,
here.
that's-
She got it right. Come here. Come here.
Oh,
Come here. Say it again.
Cassius Clay.
And get out of here.
Oh my God! She said Cassius Clay.
Hey, she tried though. She came up. You know, we got a lot of Triple G's up
it
here,
take
but no one
guts.
knows his middle name. We got all these Triple G hats.
Give
and
her a
shirts.
shot. Give her a
No
shot.
one's
It
come
takes,
up.
it takes guts to get up there.
Come on back. What's your name and where you're from?
Lori Bruce from LA.
LA?
Oh, LA. Nice
now,
drive.
what is Triple G's middle name? Think about it real nice. Triple G. So it's G, G, G. Think about it.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I got
Oh, you
something
putting
for
her in a hot seat right now.
She's in that hot seat.
Starts with a G. I don't know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, we have another guy.
Oh, snap.
Your name and where you're from.
Getting this wrong, man.
Can we get your name and where you're from first?
Rob Williams. I'm originally from Ohio, live in Vegas here.
All
now.
right,
Ohio in the building.
It's Golovkin. This is Triple G, man. That's Gennady. That's it.
He got it right.
yeah.
He
got it right. He's got
what
it
color
right.
you want? You want black, yellow, or white? Already, man.
Hey, what part of Ohio are you from? Because I used to live in Ohio. Okay,
Showtime,
okay.
Sean Porter.
I used to live in Toledo, Ohio. Oh, you way up there. I'm way up there.
We won Toledo from Michigan. We stole Toledo from Michigan, man.
Yeah, yes we did. Ohio runs boxing, right?
That's high.
There you go. So come on up and continue to receive some free swag as we count down 10 more minutes to the live weigh-in. Don't forget to come on in and get your free T-shirts pressed up right here by Shivas and the Sexy Shivas ladies. You can also get a tattoo in 2 separate tattoo booths and rep Triple G. Last year was gold letters. I don't know what's going on this year.
Still gold letters. I saw someone with tattoo flash tat on his arm. You can get it on your neck. You can get it wherever you want.
You going with the neck tattoo?
I'm going with the neck tattoo.
And real quick, man, I want to give a big shout out to Shivas Regal, man, our sponsors for bringing us to Las Vegas. Their slogan is, "What are you fighting for? Hashtag fight for it." And that right there tells me, no matter what you're going through in life, if you just realize what you want to do and how you want to do it, nothing can stop you.
Man, even though it's going to look real cheap asking you this, right? But, I mean, let everybody know, obviously, what you
man.
fight
Nah, come
for.
on, man.
Because
Right
fighting
here in public?
boxing is what got you into this sport. And, obviously, you're fighting for something.
Well, for everybody that does not know, back in 2015, I had a real bad car accident that left me in a wheelchair. And during that time, I was very, very depressed. And one day in March of 2015, I came across Deontay Wilder, and he was fighting for the WBC title, or he was defending his belt, one or the other. And he brought out a guy in a wheelchair, and the guy actually wrote a song for him and let him walk him out to the ring. So that right there really inspired me and made me a fan of Wilder, which made me a big, big, big fan of boxing. So I owe boxing a lot.
Well, there you go. Hashtag fight for it. And definitely our co-host Mike Ross has been showing that he's been fighting. Triple G definitely going to show that he's willing to fight like he did the first fight. And we'll see, are these two going to engage today? We'll see, will they at least face off? That is the big thing. They have yet to face off and give us the traditional boxing look, man. It is kind of strange not having that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
At all?
At all. I don't like it. I come from the WWF era where people talk shit and spit in each other's faces and, like you said, practically kiss and look into the soul, and that is missing. That is missing. It's big time. It's part of the tradition.
But doesn't that add to the animosity or to at least
the marketing and the promotion?
Yeah, it's like, oh, these guys don't want to be in the same room. They had a split-site press conference that was streamed from Big Bear and from Los Angeles, so they obviously don't want to be in the same room together.
Ron, remember Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis face-off between the bulletproof glass, plexiglass?
100%.
We could have had that.
Dillian White and David Haye did the same thing because they couldn't be in the same room without having something in between them.
These press conferences are really big, and I know that Conor McGregor is not a boxer, but when you take these blueprints, like Floyd Mayweather took Conor McGregor, and they went all around the world. He did these press conferences, and they were very iconic to the sport and building up the promotion. Floyd's also done that with Ricky Hatton and other fighters, and it just brings the fight, the drama levels to the next stage. They're bringing, Floyd brought out chickens for Oscar De La Hoya. You get the pushing, the shoving. A lot of people I know came to Vegas, didn't see the Floyd Mayweather and Canelo fight, but they went to the weigh-in and they left very satisfied because of how chaotic and the frenzy. That alone, people were very satisfied just being at the press conference.
Absolutely, Ron, absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself.
Now, a lot of people has been talking about Canelo Alvarez, how he looks right now, his physique, and going into the weigh-in last year, they both came and hit 160 pounds apiece. So looking at this, How do you think they're going to come in? You think they're going to come in exactly at 160 apiece, maybe 159? Canelo, a lot of people have been saying he looks a little bit smaller.
I don't think, listen, you don't get any extra money for coming in lighter than the contracted weight. It's already a struggle. It's an issue for most fighters. So I think, right on the limit is what they're looking for.
158 3/4.
That's way too light, man.
For Canelo.
I believe Canelo probably has lost that 5 pounds that I suggested in our previous shows. But if he does come out and look leaner, and he's about 172, 178, I think he has a good chance of stopping Gennady Golovkin because he just takes too many shots to the face, man. Like he even though he takes them well, sometimes, bro, you get hit just right. You can't take everything like that.
Yo, if Canelo doesn't get this win, will his fans leave him? He's been letting us down, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Oscar lost. I mean,
Oscar lost after a gold medal, man. Like, you cannot compare Oscar and Canelo's careers. You just can't.
Okay.
I don't think you can. I mean, Ron, you're a history buff.
Yeah,
Can you compare Canelo and Oscar right now? Canelo's so young.
Well, I can't compare them because the fact that Canelo has this public perception with this Clan Beautiful situation. Oscar's never been involved outside of other fighters he's faced. The opponents he's faced had that issue. So Canelo really needs a decisive win, and if he does get a knockout, it shows that those so-called advantages that people claim he has is really not a factor, and he can play in his division. So that's really what Canelo needs. He needs to win this, because if he doesn't, there's always going to be those question marks, those asterisks, for not even just that fight, but other fighters that faced him have questioned, did I get cheated? Was I also part of this, and I got left out?
Now, if he does win, do we see a trilogy, or does Canelo move on to bigger and better things? And Enrique, are there bigger and better things other than Triple G? Is that out there?
I mean, we still have Danny Jacobs, I think. Not as big as Triple G has established himself. I think that if Canelo does lose, that we do see a trilogy. If he doesn't, he's not going to be fair and give him a second try. Third chance at that.
Well, let's go ahead and be bold. Let's go ahead and make our predictions, shall we?
Too early.
Too early?
Yeah, it's too early. The fight's not till tomorrow.
We got to look at
I want to see how they look on the scales. You just never know,
Okay.
But what I do want to do is remind everyone.
Hold on. What can Triple G do between now and tomorrow that makes you feel different between last fight and this fight?
Today the scales could tell a different story, right? The scales could tell us that he didn't train hard.
He
that
weighed in 39
It was a fat
pounds.
camp. They could said it was a fat cap. Today proves a lot, and I think that we need to wait for that. What we can't wait is to mention the fact that we'll be back not only today from 4 to 5 for a post-weigh-in show to let you know our thoughts on how they looked, and also tomorrow for the actual pre-fight show before these two men step in the squared circle right here from Beer House in Las Vegas. So join us for sure.
And 100% also, if you're just tuning in or you just joined, please support us by hitting the thumbs up, subscribe, as well as the bell icon if you enjoy this. This helps with the visibility of the show, so we can give you more content like this. If you enjoy these type of events, we can go to more fights and make this fun for you guys. So hit the like if you haven't, subscribe, as well as the bell icon so you can get those notifications to your devices.
That's right, right here at ThaBoxingVoice.com / The Boxing Voice, right?
You know it.
I meant to say YouTube.com / The Boxing Voice.
Hey, I know this ain't the place or the time, but man, do we have that freestyle?
Oh, AJ's?
Do we have that freestyle?
No way.
Do we got? Come on.
Come on, AJ has nothing to do with Canelo.
That freestyle dope though.
It is dope. You can't lie. Let's do it. Fuck it. Why not?
Fuck it. Let's go.
Well done, yes, sir.
Drop the beat.
Spit a little bar. We give you a couple words. Maybe 2 words, not 4.
I like to blow my trumpet and that, do you know what I mean? In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much, even though I'm a heavyweight. I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard so I can go on and be a great. In JB, chilling with my mates. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm, bring the alarm. Man chat, get slapped with my palm.
Don't forget, we'll be back right here after the weigh-in, 4 o'clock to 5 p.m. Chivas Regal, TBV, #TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. Thank you.
Yo, these guys are going to be back at 4 o'clock, but can we get a big round of applause for the boxing voice, everybody? Thank you, both of you. You're very kind.
And both of you.